トレビアン。
Hey everybody, how you doing? Spectre, you had me worried for a minute. Just as soon as you show up, hello, ... I need to get this off my chest. I was worried it was gonna be like, I can't stand the stream anymore. I can't take it anymore. I hate this content. And I wanted to support you, but I can't do it anymore. Farewell, everyone. You had me worried. Oh no, Spectre, I'm sorry. I got you night potted. I'm causing problems. No, I get it, Spectre. Maybe I should get rid of that caps thing. Like, is it really that big a problem if people post a bunch of caps? Really? Like, on one hand, I don't want people doing it, but like every now and then you get something like that, and it's... Can I go in and fix it? Do I have to wait until the next time I stream for it to actually do anything? Spam protection. Excess caps. Disable. I don't know how quickly that kicks in, but there, I disabled caps, so you can post a bunch of caps now. Excess emotes is still enabled. Can I, like, raise that limit? How many is too many? I've got the limit set to 30. Like, do you think if you post 30 emotes in one message, that's too many? I also set the symbol up to 30. Alright, so how's everybody doing tonight? Oh, Spectre, you actually reminded me. There's something I wanted to say, kind of at the start of this. And this also goes into... This is something that ties into previous streams, and ties into some of my concerns with the Pokemon series. Is that the Power Rangers lightning bolt? It is. It's morphin' time, right there. Okay, so, thing that I wanted to mention was kind of an addendum that I wanted to put at the end of a video, and I probably still will, but I might as well say it here, was, so we haven't been getting it lately, but especially at the start of the Pokemon series, we're getting a lot of just absolute hate on the game. And I kind of mentioned, I think in a video description somewhere, that like if you want to think critically, if you want to express what you think is a flaw, cool, go for it. But outright hate, saying, man, this game is a piece of crap, and I hate it, and Game Freak screwed everything up, that's not helping anybody. And, like, I kind of mentioned that, and everybody's like, okay, I get it. And for the most part, it hasn't really been a problem. But I feel like I mentioned something in a video that people are going to interpret as me excusing a flaw. And I guess what I would want to emphasize is rationally, I can explain why something is there, but that does not make a flaw go away. The flaw is still there, and it will still affect how much you enjoy the game. It will. But on this channel, and generally how I get on, I am very pro-understanding, and I'm pro-critical thinking. And instead of just saying, man, this thing stinks, and I hate it, and I'm not having a good time, it's why. Instead of just, like, hating on it, and just saying that Game Freak is the devil incarnate for making some decisions, or doing some things with the games, why? Why specifically? And you can say something like, okay, well, not all the Pokemon are there. Okay. Why? Why aren't all the Pokemon there? And why does that affect your enjoyment of the game? Like, rationalize it down. The hate is venting, and I can understand that. I can understand. You get upset by something, you want to vent. I get that. However, a public place is is never the place for you to vent your frustrations. You should not see. That's not healthy. Like, you should not see this guy uploaded a Pokemon video on the internet. Time to vent. No, don't do that. It's not good for you. That's not good for them. Get your venting out of the way right when it happens, blow off that steam, and then start thinking critically. So that's like Spectre, to point you out. He came in, and he said, I gotta get this off my chest. I really don't like La Mulana 2. Okay. Brief vent. And then immediately after that, he explained why. Talking about, like, why specifically. Okay, it's the enemies. Maybe there are too many. Maybe they're hard to get around. It's thinking critically. Good stuff. Not venting anymore. Not hateful. In fact, never was hateful. But, good stuff. Good stuff. And I think I like to think critically because it helps me understand what the actual issue is, and helps me understand not only what the developers are doing, but how the developers could improve in the future. If I release a game and someone just says, this game stinks, it's not helpful to me. So if you can think about, okay, why didn't you have a good time playing my game? What bothered you specifically? Why did it bother you? What changes could possibly be made in order to help improve that. That's helpful. That's good stuff. And people say, like, oh, it doesn't matter in a public place on a YouTube video. It does matter, because if you're venting here on a YouTube video, you're venting everywhere. And, believe it or not, Pokemon Company, Game Freak, they're listening. If all they see is a bunch of people saying, we hate this game, then they're just like, everybody hates the game. What do we do? And if all everyone says is we hate the game, but the game is still selling amazingly, then they don't have any idea what to do differently. And they can only really think of it as like, okay, it's just a couple people. I mean, you can't please everybody. That's all you get. That's all you can get. But if you think critically, if you say, why didn't I like this one specific thing? I would have liked it if maybe this scene played out like this instead. That would have felt more empowering to me as the player. That information gets out there. And they will hear that. Maybe not you specifically. Maybe not maybe they won't read your one comment on a YouTube video. But it's about changing the overall mindset. That information will get out there. And they'll look at it and go, they got a point. We could have handled that scene better. And then maybe when they release the expansion or the patch or DLC or whatever's coming out, they'll go, okay, we've heard a lot of complaints, and we have a lot of ideas, and we think we can handle this one a lot better. And it helps improve you. Helps you think better. Helps you be a more educated, intelligent person. Because honestly, if you just show up somewhere and say, like, this whole thing, I hate Dynamaxing. Dynamaxing is the worst mechanic ever to be added to a video game. You don't look smart. If that's your whole comment, you don't look smart. Like, explain why. Tell us why. Why it's affecting your enjoyment of the game. It's fine if you don't like it. Just think about it. Express yourself. Look at yourself. So in that same vein, I'm going to take my own advice. Because somebody's going to go like, but Naka, you vented and crap before. I sure have. That doesn't make it right. That means I need to get better. Yeah. A gimmick that... It's understandably a gimmick that's promptly tossed aside for the next game. See, now I see that not necessarily as a negative. So I guess from there, it's, why is that a negative? That's the next question. I understand the sentiment, but why is that a bad thing? Let's look deeper. Because personally, I actually really enjoy the Dynamaxing as part of the fights. And I understand that it's going to be tossed away come next game. And I think I'm fine with that. It's a way to keep each generation fresh. Keep something interesting going on in each generation. Instead of just, yep, Pokemon battles again. Remember them Pokemon battles? Here's Pokemon battles. You can only go through so many games of that before it gets dry. So, like, I get it. You gotta mix it up a little bit now and then. And you also can't keep adding mechanics, because then it just becomes a convoluted nightmare. Yeah, why does that Soul Rock have to spam Cosmic Power and Rock Polish? Stupid Soul Rock. Ruining my Dynamax raid. Like, I think Gigantamaxing is cool, and I think one thing that I would really like, one thing that kind of bothers me a little bit, is that some Pokemon can Gigantamax, but mine can't. I have to go out and specifically catch a Gigantamaxed Hatterene, which is a whole ordeal all in itself. I'm not even going to comment on that mess. It just means I have to go out and do that to have one that can Gigantamax. What about mine? Mine's special. Mine's been on this whole adventure with me. Mine means so much to me. I don't want to discard that one. Just so I can have a different one that can do that. I want mine to be able to do it. That's my problem. I want to be able to do it, man. That'd be friggin' awesome. Oh, do we actually have confirmation that any Pokemon that can Gigantamax will be able to through a tutor or whatever? Do we have confirmation on that? Because, like, I knew the starters were going to be able to Gigantamax, and, like, that's friggin' awesome, too. Because, hoo boy, is that some good stuff. Anyway. So, what we've been doing... Oh, so another thing is... So I completely understand what's going on in the world. I understand how stressful it is for everyone. And how much harder it is for everybody right now. And I think I've spent the last probably 2 streams not only talking about it, but venting about it. So I'm gonna take my own advice. Venting is not for the public place. But also, I need to look at what you guys actually need right now. And me venting about something that's bothering everybody, that's hard on everybody, that's not helping you guys. I've always said, especially during hard times, that no matter what happens, I want to keep putting videos out. I want to keep happy videos out. I want to keep entertaining videos out. I want to keep stuff going out that people can enjoy. I don't want to make them topical. I don't want to make them about current events or whatever. Because you're dealing with current events all day. You don't need me to deal with them too. You don't need to tune into my stream or watch my videos and continue dealing with the same thing that you've already been dealing with. What you guys need, if only briefly, is an escape. Now, of course, you shouldn't run away from your problems. You shouldn't completely avoid them. But sometimes you do need just a little bit of a breather. Just a little bit of a chance to focus on something enjoyable. Have a good time with something. Just a brief moment to refuel yourself so you can get back in the fight. So, I've said that, and my point from here is I'm not bringing it up again. Not in this stream, hopefully not in a later stream. So instead, we're going to get going on what we're supposed to be getting going on. Building a castle. So last time we did this. Man, I can barely hear this. Can you guys hear that? I want to hear Tornico's theme. Man, Tornico's theme powered me through this last time. So this is what we did last time. Putting down the actual ground, putting down the wood blocks over the course of this, it was rough. It was rough. Because there's no good way to fill in a mass space like that quickly. Fill it with dancing pads. So there's no quick way to do that. So this just kind of took absolutely forever. So the next thing we need to do from here is up here is the front end of the castle. So we've got a little bridge over here, and we've got these two tower kind of things here and over here. And then this is going to get filled in over here. So before I put the proper floor in, which is going to go over here, I want to figure out where this back wall goes so I can build this back wall. And then I want to be able to fill everything up high enough that I can fill in more space. So our next goal is going to be to head back to Midenhall. Oh, and we're going to have a very brief, now that the series is, the videos are done, 98 was the last one, we're going to have a very brief video 99, pseudo video 99 here. Because there's a couple things people pointed out to me that I needed to look into. Somebody also said that something gets unlocked when you hit level 40. I feel like I may just kind of let that one happen to me. Because I'm 37, and you just kind of have to go kill king slimes if you want to hit that quickly. So there's two things that people pointed out to me. And one was... Hey Malroth, how you doing? Oh man, we gotta go impress Malroth. I'm working on it, buddy. Oh, it's midnight. Everybody's sleeping. Well, if everybody's sleeping, then let's go do this one first. It's never around that corner. It's always around this corner. So people said that, like, I showed off this cathedral area down here, but I didn't actually, like, find the thing down here. And they said, like, it's not a big deal. It's not that big important thing or anything, but I still missed it. But there is something down here other than it's just a big empty room. I don't know what, and I don't know where. But something is down here. I think I found it. They said I was close, so I assumed it was behind something. And yeah, there's a whole other room here. I don't know what I'm looking for. Is there more to it than this? I feel like I'm still missing something because this is just kind of another room. Nope, that's that. I mean, it's a neat other room, but... I'm sure there's more to it than this. Nope, that's just a wall. Or maybe this is it. Alright, from what you guys are saying, this seems to be it. What did I do with the blocks? Oh, I put them right there. Yeah, and I don't see anything else that looks like it would open up into anything. Unless maybe you can, like, dig down or something. Which doesn't especially look to be the case. Alright, I guess that's it then. Just a little room. I'm not too sad that I missed showing that off. How do I get out of here? They did not build this place with escape in mind. Yeah, not seeing much else, so I guess that's it. Still got that poop room. Okay, and then the other thing people pointed out was... Where is everybody? Oh, that's interesting. Actually giving some kind of reason for that big cathedral thing to be down there. So there's supposed to be something that kind of opens up. Not who I wanted to talk to, but sure. But okay, so there's supposed to be something that opens up between Helen and, like, taking Helen back to Furrowfield or something. And I can't get it to happen. If anything happens, there's some dialogue, but I can't get it to happen. Maybe if we drag Helen to Furrowfield ourselves? Honest to goodness, there is so much post-game dialogue. It's crazy how much post-game dialogue there is. Every person you talk to has like 4 different stories to tell you. Okay, let's send you to Furrowfield. Zoom. And then let's go to Furrowfield ourselves and see what happens. Oh, and send Rosie? Dang it. I must go now. My farm needs me. I kind of want to go talk to Helen anyway. Just real quick before we leave. Yeah, just relocate Rosie from here. I can't without the thing, without the register. And I don't think I have the fancy crafting bench here. Did I bring a fancy crafting bench here? I did not. Yeah, I could craft one if I both had the supplies, which I may not. I don't imagine it's expensive to make, though. And if I had a crafting bench that could actually do it, and I don't have that. It bothers me a little that it looks like the texture on this is blurred, but like motion blurred. Like it's out of focus, like double vision or something. Not motion blur, it's more like double vision. It's weird, I don't like it. Okay, Rosie, 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 Rosie. Away! Yeah, make one, take it with me. Well, I would, but I've already left. Oh, and theoretically, I shouldn't need it after this. I don't know, I say that, but then I'm gonna need it later anyway. How come Zara doesn't come with? I think Zara will only follow you to... Oh wow, straight here into dialogue. I think Zara will only follow you to the places everybody will follow you to, like the Explorer Shores and Moonbrook. She will not follow you to the other islands or Buildertopias. Man, those are some words. Do you even have a face? Really? Alakazam told you about it? Oh man, gonna learn how to farm. Ugh. It's all she had in her. Well, that was right spiffy. And to think that whole interaction was not only optional, but not even hinted at as existing. Like, there's so much post-game stuff like that. We're just like, there's a bunch of stuff out there. Go find it. Go figure it out for yourself. We're not telling you where it is. Man, thanks for the resub, Pez. Alright, so let's go bring them both back. Hey, welcome back. I approve of this place. Alright, and we have to go back to Moonbrook to take some more pictures. Yeah, gotta get back to building that castle. Gotta impress Malroth. One day I'm gonna have to get around to building that buggy out here so I can just teleport straight to it. I guess it's not that big a deal to have to run there, though, since I don't have to go out there, like, stupid often. Yeah, how am I going to get a good shot of the castle? That's a good question. Because typically I can just kind of run out here once, take a ton of pictures at the start of a stream. And then not have to go back. Get some sleep. It's late. Man, I could go for some sleep. Still getting up bright and early. I don't know when it's going to stop. But it's as long as I have to continue getting up that early for work. As long as I have to do that, I will not be able to stream on Thursdays. Because I have to go to sleep right around the time that we're... I would be streaming. And if I don't go to sleep then, if I stayed up to stream, oh boy, not a good time. Wrong button. Okay, so... This is going to be tricky with trees and things in the way. I cannot get a good angle on this. Maybe that'll do. Because this wall right here is the one that I'm most interested in right now. It's this wall going up to this. Then we gotta do something similar on this side. What is that doing? Okay, it's supposed to just be a flat wall straight across. And we got these towers. Is there anything fancy going on with these towers? Not really. Okay, with any luck, that'll be enough for us to kind of wall up the courtyard. And hopefully build a staircase. So if I can build this staircase up high enough, I should probably get a couple screenshots up here. Because if I can build this staircase up high enough to, like, here or so, then we can just fill in the whole rest of everything. Yeah, so the sides go one higher. I'm not going to worry too much about that, though, because for the most part, they just kind of go back down. Yeah, so immediately... I'm more concerned with... Alright, with any luck, that'll be enough for us to make a courtyard. I do need to fill in this bottom. Or I need to fill in this pattern. That's gonna be fun. So that looks... Oh, I've got, like, stuff over here to make, too. It's gonna be an adventure. Just figuring out what goes where. Okay, well, I got this. Got a neat little pattern leading out. That leads to a big circle here by the looks of it. And then a straight path going right up. I'm not going to worry too much about, like, the floor and the pattern and these buildings right now. Yeah, I'll worry about fleshing out the courtyard later. Right now, my concern is getting this wall and this staircase up high enough that I can fill this in, because that's going to be a beast. And then once we can fill that in, we'll be pretty well good to go. Once we fill that in, I feel like we'll be able to handle the nuance of different heights a lot better. And then we immediately turn around and sail somewhere else. Where am I going? Going up here. How do you deal with burnout? That's rough, Spectre. Because sometimes I'll hit that point where, like, I just don't want to do anything. And I don't know what... There's not a lot of great options to do. Like, I don't have a good solution for you, I'm afraid. Usually I end up just kind of pooping around and watching YouTube videos. And then in a couple days, or depending, I may feel good enough to do something else. Oh, okay. Oh, I can delete a lot of these. I was wondering, like, there's no way I took this many pictures. Okay, they're starting the new pictures. Let's take a quick look at this staircase. Oh, so I have 3 each on the outside, and I think it only takes 2. Yeah, it only goes 2. There we go. And then the layer above that is the one that actually does something different. And yeah, that looks like what that does. That goes straight up, that goes across there. I feel like these are, I'm going to be better off building the floor before I raise these up higher. So I may just want to get back to those. So anyway, over here... I need my pen so I can count blocks. Okay, so judging by this, we have the turn, and then one block, and that looks like the corner. Yeah, turn, one block, there's the corner. So, counting the block of the corner, this wall needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, that's counting this one, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then it goes that way. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then here, that looks like 2, 1, 1? It would have to be. 2, 1, 1. And then the curve block coming out. So 2, 1, 1. And then this here is the curve. So it's too wide, then it curves back in, and then we're looking at, so it's 2 curve 1 1 8. Two curve 1 1 8. Two curve 1 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yeah, so that 8 does not count the one tiny block at the bottom. If we count the one at the bottom, then that's gonna be like a 1 3. Yeah, 3 1. And then this is where the staircase goes in. I can't craft at the buggy. Any plans for Persona 5R? Not personally. Because I've mentioned before, I know a lot of people really love the Persona games, but I've mentioned before, they're just not quite my cup of tea. Like, I did 4 because Ogre wanted me to do it, and I did 3 because all of you voted for it. But it's not the kind of game that, like, I would go out of my way to do on my own. Okay, so that's 6 staircases going across from the one end, so that's here. And I'm willing to bet this just mirrors the other side. And then I eat some egg. What are my own thoughts on the La Mulana series? I love that the games exist. I love that the games exist, and I want to experience having played them, but I feel bad because I can't really think of a way to do that. Because they're convoluted enough, let's say, that if I tried to go in and play it blind, I'd, like, get stuck almost immediately. I actually tried to play the original La Mulana, not the remake, I think the original. I tried to play it, and, like, I didn't even get in friggin' La Mulana before I died, lost somewhere, and was like, yep, that's about how that's gonna go. So, like, I feel like if I did play it, I'd be playing it entirely by following a guide, and at that point, you're losing so much of the experience. Oh, and the Persona and SMT games are a lot, so I understand. It's not necessarily that they're a lot. I feel like I would be more inclined to play an SMT game than I would a Persona game. It's predominantly the life sim part. I just don't enjoy it. Like, I feel like I would enjoy the Persona games a lot more if it were more focused on, like, the dungeons and the dungeons, the combat, the exploration. It's just not my cup of tea. Some people really like it. Barry friggin' loves it. She would actually rather have a game with a whole bunch of that in it. Less combat, more sim. Okay, let's see here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7? Really? You're gonna give me a weird number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7. Piece of crap, it's 7. 7, 1, 1. Corner. 7, 1, 1 corner. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 1. Actually, I think that is the same as the other side. Because when I counted 8, I didn't count this, or I did count this spot. And I don't think I did here. Yeah, I counted from there. So if I do count that one, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay, so they are the same. And then we have the corner there, so that's 2 corner, 1, 1 corner. 2 corner, 1, 1 corner. So there's our corner. 2 corner, 1, 1 corner. And then it's really hard to tell. It looks like it just goes straight back. But it can't. Man, do I gotta go back to Midenhall? It looks like this needs to be one more space to the right. That's what it looks like it needs to be. Yeah. It looks like it needs to be one more. So where did I heck up? There's 7 stairs. That's where I hecked up. Okay, so this all gets moved over one more. And then we're good. And then 7 stairs, and we are accurate. Alright, cool. So that should be correct. Alright, so we can start looking at some of these walls and how we're going to be raising them up, or I could just not worry about it immediately. Well, I think the first thing that I do actually want to worry about is the staircase, so let's try to make sure the staircase is right. So that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting at that point. So starting... Over here, where the staircase actually is. Okay, I need some more bottom pieces. Two, 3, 4, 5. Two, 3, 4, 5. It's 5, and I made sure to get the little in-between block, too. Just in case. So we got to put stairs in. That's going to be a fun adventure. And otherwise we can almost... Is there a lot more going on to this than just... We have the weird corner pieces. There is no bottom. And, well, the chapel has windows. And a floor of sorts. It looks like it only has a floor block right up until that barrier. You know what, I'm just gonna fix that crap later. That's what I'm gonna do. Otherwise, it looks like we can kind of just fill it in as how we have to fill it in. Alright, so let's take a brief look at what's going on here. Where are my later... Nope. Other direction. Alright, so I took some more shots in here. So at that 5, it takes an immediate sharp turn and goes up 2 more and goes in one last one by the looks of it. Like that. And then the other side does the exact same thing. Cool. Yeah, and I'm not going to worry about putting in that last block because that's kind of the aesthetic block. Whereas the rest of them are actual functional stair block. Alright, let's go get some stairs! Wait a minute. Did I hack this up? I hacked this up. I hacked this up. This whole thing needs to be raised 1 block. That's actually not that bad to do. Because this is the floor, so that means the stairs go here. It's just because I haven't filled in the floor once yet. Alright, time to go get a heck ton of stairs, I guess. Okay, that should be... that looks correct. So the stairs stop there, which I think I did. And then we got 3 wide. And then we have more stairs. Then I'm gonna need more of these. I'm gonna need more everything, actually. Really? I have to make castle. I have to make castle wall before I can make that. Okay. I'll go through it. Okay, so what exactly is the plan here? So that's even with that. So that one only goes up to... So it looks like that does that, and then we have the stairs that go here. So is that what's going on? Did I do it right? Pretty much, yeah. Do that just so I have a better understanding of what exactly is going on there. And then we're using up a lot of castle wall. A lot of castle wall. A lot. A lot of castle wall. Okay, so if we're filling the ground out to that level, then if I make the wall that high, then we fill into one below that? Yeah. Yeah. So what was this corner doing? Okay, it's on par with that block. So it actually does only go to there. Alright, time to build a wall! That's it! We got it! Now we just get to take this and go the entire stretch around this massive area, and then we get to fill it in with wood. We'll have to dig out some later. We're gonna have to dig out some later because there's the dungeon. And I know the church isn't this high either. So like this whole area over here is gonna have to get dug back out. If we wanted to, we could technically fill this area in as well. Now that we know where the wall is, we can fill this area in. So that's pretty cool. And then we can have like a kind of a courtyard. Well, let's build this front wall. Then we'll fill in the bottom here before we get to the back wall. Alright, we've done the creative part. We've done the hard part. Now it's time to do the monotonous thing. I'm gonna need so many friggin' blocks. Not what I wanted to do! Bring it! Okay, so I don't think these are... Yeah, there's no bottom on these. The top's gonna change when we get to the top. I'm not too concerned about the top being weird. So anyway, back to what we were doing. I need a fill button. What's going on at this corner? Okay, so this corner is not a whole block. But this one is. I need more blocks. I'm gonna need so many blocks. That's not even gonna be enough. So it occurs to me that I done fudged this up. Sure did. Because these do that. They're not full height. There we go, as intended. Man, I need more of these already. So I think this stays curved. Oh, I don't know. I may not think too hard about this one because I'm probably gonna have to go back and fix it. Yeah, that one is curved. Oh, but it does go up against that wall, so it probably hits that and then does normal things on the other side. What that does say, though, is that you are that. Okay, we have something resembling something. We have something resembling a very short front wall. So what this does mean, though, is we can fill this in now. And actually have a proper front area. And then we have our landing going up. And then once we get this whole wall filled up the rest of the way around, then we get to fill all of this with friggin' wood. And that'll only take like 5 hours or something. Happy Friday, Daisy. Thank you. Oh, and we got $10 from Platinum Venus. I must have missed that one. Thank you. Just make a bottomless bucket that pours blocks. That's actually pretty good. I wonder if maybe that caused either, or that would cause either some programming issues, or, yeah, fill tool would have been real spiffy. I wonder if that would have caused some, not necessarily balance issues, but like safety issues. Like if you could block yourself in or lock yourself in. And maybe they figured this just isn't going to be a tool that a lot of people will use, so it's not worth the trade-offs. I don't know. I don't know. Dang it. And there's $10 from Drazvin. Thank you. It says, hello, Nika. Hope life is treating you well. I would like to put this towards garden paws. Thank you. So the money that's coming in, if you can still put it towards the game because I will be resuming Fragment Friday eventually. I'm not really sure how exactly I'm going to do things because I kind of wanted to change up Fragment Friday anyway. But I also understand that a lot of people have put money towards things. But I also don't necessarily want to stop you from doing that when I don't even know if I'm going to change or how I'm going to change or what's going on. But rest assured, if you put money towards something, I will make sure the money actually does go towards that until I give notice otherwise. Like, I'll let you know, and I'll make sure that you get what you paid for. What's nice is that this does work as a fill, so it won't overwrite existing blocks. Ooh boy, we've got our work cut out for us. We've not moved the king yet. I don't actually know what I'm going to do with the king, because I don't want to move the Moonbrook king over. He's got his own castle. I don't want to bring Princess Pepperoni over. She's not actually a princess. I think some people were confused about that. But I don't want to bring Princess Pepperoni over because she is currently ruling over the Isle of Awakening. I mean, I could just go out into the wild. I think you can find a king just out in the wild. I don't know if this staircase is the halfway point or not. I feel like it's not. But hey, look how much staircase we're at. This is such a weird look, like right this second. Because right from here, you don't see off into the distance. You don't see what I'm filling. You just see me and this path going on forever. Alright, hopefully that's enough blocks to get us through. One more. Still kind of just a big flat area, but it's gonna be something eventually. I mean, I meant to jump off and I didn't. Okay, 9,000, maybe a little ambitious. Would I use 9,000? Probably. Alright, back to the highway I'm paving. Manually. By hand. Okay. This isn't quite as bad as when we had to fill the thing with wood. Like, we're getting there. Not quite as bad. Don't worry, though. We'll have our wood fill-in later. Oh boy, this lines up perfectly. Was it just me, or was that the longest strip yet? And it looks like I have enough of these to be able to go one more. There we go. Oh, just looking at the time, I was almost hoping that it was time to end the stream because I am sleepy. All right, the front yard floor is complete. Next up is filling in the wall over here and then filling this in with wood. We're gonna hate life when we're done. Nah, poop. Okay. So I'm gonna try to fill the wall in and get that done, and I may call the stream there instead of filling in the wood. I wanted to fill in the wood today, but I'm having trouble staying awake.
Let's go, go, go!
So believe it or not, I was actually thinking about something and getting a little lost in thought for a minute. And then I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should bring this up. Maybe I should say something. Instead of just letting it roast in my head. And then I stopped to think about it and said, I can't remember at all what it is that I was just thinking about. Which really means it was that, like, just on the verge of being asleep, where, like... For me, going to sleep is a lot like just kind of getting lost in thought. And then very suddenly, it's several hours later. But, like, I was still building, so I wasn't completely asleep yet. But I feel like I was going. It's okay, we'll get there. We're doing a little throne rooming back now. Some grass down there. Did I never fill, like, this last little bit here? With the wood? I'm also pretty much out of castle blocks again. Okay, I'm getting rid of the weird tops of these. Because they will never go away if I don't break them. And at this point, I just need to be building with the correct blocks. Somebody needs the toilet. There's trees and water. You're fine. Want a bath? There's trees and water. You're fine. Goody, I made it. No. All right, looking good. I want to say the home stretch, but it's not yet. Man, I need some music or something playing. Midnight, I can't hear anything. Tornico's not playing. Getting there. Alright. Look, brain, just hold out a little bit longer. Need some more of them. Almost there. Alright, it's just me and you. Alright, we have the wall. So our next goal, and it's probably going to take a couple hours, is to fill this whole thing in with wood. We're going to have wood at almost foot level by the time we fill that out. We also have the front porch here looking pretty alright. We need to put walls around the outside, and then we can also build the pillars and the bridge up. So give them a little bit of identity, put walls around the outside, probably change around the middle tiles so they're actually correct. And we're going to have a pretty spiffy outside. And then, of course, we have this hot mess to deal with. Who knows how long that's going to take. But before I fall asleep completely, I'm going to go ahead and head out. So, good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for chatting with me. Giving me a good time. Hope everybody else had a good time, too. Good night, everybody.